when I was collecting all these CDs, I didn't collect Taylor records. That was a mistake. It's very, very small. Rachel, why do you have 3 of this normal cover? And welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a video that has been requested I think on every single one of my videos, which is like the coolest thing ever, that people really want to see this video. It is a video that takes a lot of time. So I've had to find the right day to do it. We found the right day. I finally got around to doing it. And you may be able to tell already what it is, based on the fact there are no vinyl on the wall behind me. And that is because this is my update of Taylor Swift vinyl collection. So one, thank you so much for people who requested this. It is the most unreal thing ever that people spent time writing out comments saying they wanted to see a video from me, and that people even want to see a video from me. Like, that's like the coolest thing ever. And I'm just very, very appreciative that people want to see it. And I'm glad we finally got around to it. I don't even know when the last time, I'm actually going to check. I have no idea the last time I did a vinyl collection video. I've done, I think, 2 CD collection videos since I last made a vinyl one. Like, that's how long it's been. So let's have a look. I feel like we definitely didn't have Torture Poets. I don't even know if we had 1989 Taylor's version. Okay, my updated vinyl collection video was a year, it says a year ago, but do I have the exact date? 8th of December 2023, so actually a really similar time of year to this, which is wild. But yeah, we didn't have the Torture Poets department, so I have a few more vinyls since then, and I'm going to show you all the different vinyl I've had since then. People have wanted this, it's here. We're going to do this by era, so we're going to go through it through all of the different eras. We're going to start off obviously with the debut era, and then we're going to go all the way up to the Torture Poets department. As of time of recording, that is the latest Taylor Swift album we have. The latest Taylor Swift vinyl available is the Torture Poets Department Anthology. Now obviously, from time of recording to time of posting, Taylor may have well released another vinyl. And then I will have to do another updated vinyl collection. But this, as of time of recording, is the most updated my Taylor Swift vinyl collection that I have. So we're going to start off with debut. So this is Taylor Swift's debut album. Obviously it is titled Taylor Swift. Sometimes it is referred to as self-titled, debut, but its official title is Taylor Swift. So this is what it looks like. Now this is just the normal pressing of debut. This is just the normal black pressing. As of time of recording, we don't have a Taylor's version for this, but as it is one of Taylor's first 6 albums, we will be getting a Taylor's version for this album eventually. Now it is a gatefold, so when you open it up, this is what it looks like. Inside, you've got all the lyrics to the different songs. Now, because it is one of the stolen versions, I find with a lot of these vinyl, they're actually quite like basic inside. It's almost as if they weren't made for vinyl, because this record first came out 2006 and vinyl weren't popular. Like, it was mainly CDs back then, you know, people weren't, I don't even know if vinyl were really readily available back then. On this, it's got 2006 and 2008 both on the back. But yeah, I don't think vinyl was just that popular. So it's almost as if that when vinyl started to become popular, they made this and they just took the lyric booklet that we have for the CD and just reformatted to put it on the inside of the vinyl gatefold. Whereas with Taylor's versions, so much more effort has been put into them. Like, Taylor's more recent vinyl are so impressive, and they just make me love physical media. I absolutely love physical music. It's something I've always loved. Obviously, I do have streaming services. I have Apple Music, but I adore having physical records as well. So this is what the gatefold looks like. We also have Taylor Swift back there. It says Taylor's name there. I don't actually have the record in it when I'm holding this. If you're wondering, like, oh, it seems quite light, it's because I've just taken it out. Some younger pictures of Taylor. So you've got the front cover. It's just the normal cover. I don't believe there's a debut deluxe vinyl. If there is, I'm not aware of it, but I don't think there is one. So on side A, you've got Tim McGraw, Picture to Burn, Teardrops on My Guitar radio single version, and A Place in This World. Side B, Cold as You, The Outside Tied Together with a Smile. Then the next LP, Side C, Stay Beautiful, Should Have Said No, Mary's Song, Oh My My My, and Our Song radio single version. And side D, I'm Only Me When I'm With You, Invisible, A Perfectly Good Heart, and Teardrops on My Guitar pop version. In the back here, you've got Taylor Swift's website, Taylor Swift's MySpace. You've also got Big Machine Records and Big Machine Records MySpace on the back as well. Obviously, this is one one of the stolen versions. As of time of recording, we don't have a Taylor's version of this, which is super sad. Obviously, as soon as that comes out, we will support Taylor's version. I only stream Taylor's version. I do have some of the stolen versions on vinyl, but I've only bought the stolen version if Taylor's version hasn't come out yet. But there we go. You can see Big Machine's logo there, because obviously this is still owned by like that. There you go. And let me show you the actual LP. The LP are basic. To put them simply, they come, this is how they come. So if you're getting this from the shop, this is how they'll come. They'll come in a white sleeve. And then they are just the plain black pressing. I do believe there is a record store day of this, which is obviously a nicer pressing. However, it goes for many money. So I do not own that one because I didn't collect Taylor records. Like when I was collecting all these CDs, I didn't collect Taylor records. That was a mistake. Now I do. But yeah, this is just the plain black pressing. I'll save showing you both LP, mainly just for time, but also because it is the same. The inner bit there, as you can see, so the inner little sticker is the same picture that is on the CD. So the CD that for debut, that is that picture of Taylor's feet. And we have two LP and they are both the same. They both come in this white sleeve. So they do just come in basic white sleeves. That is kind of the same for most of the stolen versions, just because vinyl wasn't popular and because clearly we want to put more effort in now to the actual Taylor's version. Also then have two 7 inches. So these are the two 7-inch vinyl I have from the debut era. We've got Teardrops on My Guitar. We've also got Tim McGraw. I've done a video of me unboxing these as well if you want to check that out. So this is what the Tim McGraw like 7-inch vinyl looks like. It's a 7-inch, which means there aren't many songs on it because as you can see it's very small. Side A you've got Tim McGraw, side B you've got Tim McGraw live acoustic version. And this is hand numbered. This is 575 of 4000, so it's quite a rare one on my Taylor vinyl. Again, you've got the same kind of thing where it's a basic sort of white inner sleeve. I am just kind of showing you, for some of these, I've taken them out of the sleeves. I actually have to protect them and just showing you them in the normal sleeves. Some of them I'm not, so it's going to be a little bit confusing, but I will try show you the best I can the packaging you'll get if you do buy the record. So this is what it looks like. She is a 7-inch. She is a small little record, but she is very, very beautiful. It's very, very small, but she's so cute. We love her. And we have the Teardrops on My Guitar one. This is another stunning one, which was also gifted to me, so thank you so much for my friend who got me this. And it's got side A, Teardrops on My Guitar, side B, Teardrops on My Car, Teardrops on My Guitar live acoustic 2007. So we open her up, and this one I definitely love even more because it's a colourful pressing. I absolutely adore the colourful pressings. I just think they're so fun. So yeah, I really love this pressing. It is so beautiful because it's this like light blue colour, and I also love Teardrops on My Guitar. Interestingly, it does say on this, it says side A on both sides. That is just what this vinyl is like. I like googled it to see what was like occurring with it, and that is a lot of people's came with just side A. I've not actually played it, I must admit. I tend not to play the really rare ones because I'm just scared. Confession time, please don't hate me. But yeah, I don't know if it actually plays the same track. It might do. But yeah, they are my two 7-inches from the debut era, and then also the obviously 12-inch, the main sort of record size of debut. Next up we have Fearless. So I started collecting Taylor Swift vinyl when Red Taylor's version came out, so I do not own the stolen version of Fearless. There is Fearless, there's also Fearless Platinum Edition on vinyl. I do not own these. If I was to get them, I'd probably try get them secondhand. They are still pretty much readily available as well. Same for all of the stolen versions. You can get them in shops now, so don't pay loads for resale because there's absolutely no point because they are still available in shops. People are just trying to rip people off. So do be careful when buying vinyl because sometimes people act like they're rare and they're not rare. So here we have Fearless Taylor's version. This is a big one, obviously, because it's a Taylor's version. There are vault tracks on it. You've also got all of the platinum songs as well. This is one of Taylor's more unusual vinyl because rather than just an ordinary gatefold, as you can see, it opens up like this, and there are 3 LP inside, which is obviously quite a lot. Now, this is the first of the Taylor's versions, and you can tell that it was just a passion project for Taylor. She didn't think it would do that well. Not much effort was put into this compared to the other ones that we have. So it is just the lyric booklet reformatted. As you can see there, that is just the lyric booklet reformatted for the vinyl, which is a little bit disappointing. However, I do completely understand that they didn't know people would buy it, so what's the point essentially in putting too much effort into it. For the later Taylor's versions, you can see there is a huge upgrade. So Tracklist, Fearless Taylor's version. You've got Fearless, 15, Love Story, Hey Stephen, White Horse, You Belong With Me, Breathe, Tell Me Why, You're Not Story, The Way I Loved You, Forever and Always, The Best Day, Change, and then you've got the platinum tracks, Jump Then Fall, Untouchable, Forever and Always piano version, Coming With The Rain, Superstar, The Other Side of the Door, Today Was a Fairy Tale, You All Over Me featuring Maren Morris, now we've got the vault tracks, Mr. Perfectly Fine, We Were Happy, That's When featuring Keith Urban, Don't You, and Bye Bye Baby, and you've got the bonus track, Love Story, Taylor's version, the Elvira remix. I didn't say Taylor's version after each one because that would be a lot of me saying Taylor's version, however, they're on Taylor's version, they're all Taylor's version. Now, to save time, I am only going to show you one LP inside of this because it is the same. For ones that are different, I will show you the different ones. I think the inner sleeves might be slightly, the inner sticker might be slightly different, but I have done a full unboxing of this. If you want to check that out, I will make, if I don't already have one, I'll make a playlist with all my vinyl video so you can see the different ones where I've gone into more detail on them because I don't have enough time in this to go into detail on every single one, or the video would be ridiculously long, and no one needs that. Here you have the records. As you can see, it's so gorgeous. It's this gold colour. The inner sticker has that beautiful hand heart on, which just obviously perfectly represents Fearless in general. There is another pressing of this. There is also a Target red pressing. I do not have it. In the UK, you can get the Target pressings when they're like the Midnight's Lavender edition or like the Tangerine 1989. But if it's a Target red, they have never been available like in the UK at shops. They've only been available at Target in the US. I do have one of the red Target pressings. Yeah, for Fearless, I don't think the Target pressing is the best. I think the red doesn't really match the album. Same when we had the Target pressing for Folklore and for Evermore. I don't think the red pressing matches. So I actually prefer when it's not the red pressing. And then also for people who want to know how you actually get into this bit here, it actually opens up, so it just pulls out there. So you can see this bit opens up here, and that's how you open those up. And that is what it looks like. So that is Fearless Taylor's version, and they are all of the Fearless, well, that is the only Fearless vinyl I have. I love Fearless as an album. I just don't have the other one, like the non-Taylor's version, but in the future I would love to get them and I'll try get them secondhand. And then we have Speak Now. So I do have the stolen version of Speak Now. I bought this before the Taylor's version was available. It is the same sort of situation with Debut. It is a very, very basic pressing. You open it up, it's the lyric booklet kind of just reformatted, like it's nothing too special. Obviously you've got like the lyrics in it, which is great, but it's not anything too special. I do still love the cover though. I think the covers look absolutely fantastic. The track list for this is Mine, Sparks Fly, Back to December, Speak Now, Dear John, Mean, The Story of Us, Never Grow Up, Enchanted, Better Than Revenge, Innocent, Haunted, Last Kiss, and Long Live. There is not a deluxe version of Speak Now on vinyl. There is obviously on CD though. And I'll just show you one of these records because again, it's a very, very basic pressing. It comes in this just plain white sleeve, which is a little bit boring, rather than Taylor's more recent ones, which have pictures on that actual inner sleeve. And there you go. It's just the black pressing. There is a Record Store Day version of this. It's like this grey kind of smoky colour, actually very similar to the first Anthology vinyl. It's the first one that's in the Anthology. But again, it's a Record Store Day. It goes for a lot of money now, which is obviously a huge shame because I would like to have it. But however, I love the Taylor's version pressing so much of this that I actually think that's nicer than the Record Store pressing that we have of this original version. And then we have the Taylor's version pressing. So I do have all three of the Taylor's version pressings, so I will show you them all. Now with the Taylor's version pressings, they are 3 different colour vinyl. However, they have 3 LP inside and all 3 are the same. So there are 3 different variants with 3 different colours, but all the colours in one variant are the same. That makes sense. So yeah, this one is the violet marbled one. So I absolutely love the Speak Now Taylor's version pressings. They are actually some of my favourite Taylor pressings just because I love the colour purple. I'm very much like a colourful girly. I love pink, I love purple. So that's why I love these ones so much. So I'll just open her up there. The cover, unfortunately, of all these variants is exactly the same. So for all 3 of the different variants, they are all this one Speak Now cover. Whereas with 1989 Taylor's version, version. There are like 5 variants with 4 different covers. I definitely prefer it when there are different covers, and considering Speak Now Taylor's version did have a photo shoot, I think we could have had a different cover. However, I do love this cover, so I've just said cover like 20 times in like 5 seconds. You open her up, and as you can see a huge difference between this and between the Speak Now stolen version I've just shown you. Whereas that was just the lyric booklet reformatted for the gatefold. This is a 2-page like spread picture of Taylor as well as the album prologue, and I think this perfectly captures no, it doesn't capture 1989 because it's not 1989. Perfectly captures Speak Now. I think it's so beautiful. They've done such a good job with this record. I do really love it. I wish the variants were different. I wish there was more differences from it than just the colour of the LP. However, I do understand it would be more difficult to do that. I just wish they had, if I'm being completely honest. Now, in terms of the sleeves for this, again, you can see the difference. They're not just those plain white ones. You've got a gorgeous picture of Taylor, as well as then the lyrics on the back. So you've got that, another gorgeous picture of Taylor, and then the lyrics, and then another gorgeous picture of Taylor. This is probably my favourite, and then the lyrics. So I'll just show you one of these. This is the violet one. I'll just show you one because they are all the same. Now, it is marble, so they'll be ever so slightly different, and it is more of an opaque marble. I definitely prefer the opaque ones, even though they don't always look as good. I just think they look more solid. I mean, obviously, than the transparent ones, and I just love the colours of this so much. I think it's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful. It looks quite dark in the camera, I must admit, but it is an absolutely stunning pressing. It's ever so slightly lighter in person, and it's just beautiful. I do really love it. I love the marbling on it. It's a fantastic record. Next up, we have the Orchid pressing. So this is another one of the pressings. I'll just show you, I actually kept all of the hype stickers because I'm going to put them on my outer sleeves. I've just not got round to it. So this is the Orchid one, you can see there. It says 3 LPs on Orchid Marble vinyl, 6 previously unreleased songs from the vault, and new photos and album artwork. All of these things have exactly the same things inside. As you can see, it's the same picture of Taylor inside, it's the same album prologue. Everything is the same other than the colour of the actual record. Again, this is another really stunning pressing. It's a slightly lighter one, as you can see. I mean, you can definitely see in the camera, it's a more vibrant purple. It's probably my second favourite. I think my favourite is the one I'm going to show you last, which is the Target version, but this one is really stunning. The purple obviously matches Speak Now, Taylor's version, perfectly. I think it's so much nicer than the Record Store Day, which doesn't often happen. I think these vinyl are very underrated. I think Speak Now as a whole is quite underrated, like the Taylor's version. I think because 1989 was announced so quickly after that first, after Speak Now Taylor's version came out, that a lot of people kind of forget about Speak Now Taylor's version. Not me. Could never be me. I love Speak Now with my whole heart. I'm a Speak Now girly to my core. And then last but not least, for the Speak Now pressings, we've got the Lilac. So this is the hype sticker for that. Ever so slightly different, it's the Target one. So it doesn't say about the 6 previously unreleased songs, the album artwork and stuff, even though obviously it does have all that. And interestingly, it has the Target sticker on it. I didn't get this in Target, I got it actually at an independent record store in the UK, but all the pressings in the UK had that Target sticker on, which doesn't normally happen, just because when it's normally a Target pressing, we usually just have a different sticker saying that it's like an Indies or HMV exclusive or something like that. So it was a little bit surprising, but also kind of exciting for me as like a collector, like having the Target sticker, which is probably quite sad. So yeah, as you can see, it is the same as you open her up. It's the same picture there, but I'll show you the LP of this because it is stunning. Like, it's a really beautiful record. I think it's, yeah, I mean, you look at that and it's just like, wow. This is one of those ones that you open up for the first time and you just say, wow. It's probably one of, if not my favourite Taylor pressing ever. I think it's stunning. I think she's beautiful. I love her so much. I love her. She is, yeah, she's a fantastic record and one of the most beautiful ones I have. So I do really like this pressing. And they are all of my versions of Speak Now. So once again, obviously Taylor's version is far superior to the stolen version, but I do still love having the stolen version cover, and I still love the covers of the stolen version, obviously. I mean, I grew up with them and stuff, so they are still very special to me. But you just look at how much work and effort Taylor has put into these Taylor's versions and it's like, oh yeah. they're just so much better, and it's so great supporting them because, you know, you're supporting the ethical version of Taylor's albums. But yeah, I love Speak Now Taylor's version. These are some of my favourite vinyl pressings, and I think they are some of the most underrated. And then for Red Taylor's version, we have 2 pressings of this. Now, Red Taylor's version was actually my first ever Taylor record. I collected Taylor CDs from when I was young, but I didn't collect Taylor Swift records until I saw the Red Taylor's version cover. I was like, I need it. So I got the plain black pressing first. It is quite basic. It is just a plain black pressing. I will show you. This is the only version that's available in the UK as well, which is a little bit of a shame, just because I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit boring compared to Taylor's other pressings. As you can see, it is just a plain black pressing. It's just the standard black. Whereas the Target exclusive was actually a red one, but it was the Target Red. And when it is a Target Red exclusive, it's not available in the UK or like internationally. It's only available at Target because it's like Target's own brand. So like it's not available. Whereas with the Midnight's Lavender edition, that is a Target exclusive, that was available in the UK. So I definitely prefer it when the different variants can be available in the UK because that's just where I live. So this is the red pressing of this. I absolutely love it. You can see the little Target hype sticker there. So it says red. Red Taylor's version 4LP red vinyl. So I absolutely love the gatefold for this because, I mean, I love the cover. The back cover I think is a little bit hard to read. I find that with some of Taylor's versions, the back cover, the track list can be quite difficult to read because there's so many tracks to put in a small space. Obviously on a record like this, it's quite a big space, but on a CD, it's not a lot of space at all. When you open up this gatefold, you have this gorgeous picture of Taylor performing All Too Well at the Red Tour, and you also have the handwritten lyrics to the 10-minute version of All Too Well. And I think it just perfectly represents Red as an album. I did go to the Red Tour. It was the first like Taylor tour I actually saw, so it will always have such a special place in my heart. So yeah, I love the Red album. I love Red Taylor's version. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite Taylor re-record. And then we have the Red vinyl. That's what the people want to see. It is this gorgeous red pressing. It's stunning. There are red pressings for Taylor's other records. So there's a red pressing, I believe, for Fearless Taylor's version, Evermore, Folklore, and then obviously Red Taylor's version. However, now they are starting just to do Target exclusives, but for colours that actually match the record. It's usually the same cover as the standard version. So for Torture Poets, it's the manuscript cover, but instead of having the ghosted white colour that is kind of the standard pressing, it's a Phantom Clear, and the Phantom Clear is the Target exclusive, and that is the version that is available at Target in the US, but also available in the UK at like HMV and independent record stores, which is so fantastic that we can get it easily, whereas this obviously is a lot harder to get because it's not available here in the UK. But yeah, I do love this cover. I wish, again, that it had a different cover. I wish the variant, because obviously it is a slight variant, I guess. I wish it did have a different cover. I do understand why it doesn't, but I always love when I variant collect for them to have different covers, because the vast majority of the time you don't see the LP, especially when you display the record. So I love when the covers are different, because that's how you can see that they are different records, rather than just having the same record like 4 times for like no reason. There is a reason they're different. Slightly. Now we're at 1989, which is my favourite Taylor era. We'll start off with the stolen version. So again, I got this before the Taylor's version came out. It is the same sort of situation where we've got these white sleeves, which are so boring, and the plain black pressing. And the inner sticker inside is just the same sticker that is on, well, it's just the same picture that's on the album CD. So this is what the front cover looks like. Obviously it's just 1989, Taylor Swift at the bottom, the Polaroid. We open it up, this is just the lyric booklet. This is literally just the lyric booklet, and they've reformatted it to put it on the inner sleeve of this, which is a little bit disappointing, I must admit. It just feels like not a lot of effort was put into it. And then obviously on the back cover, this is what we've got. Tracks, we've got Welcome to New York, Blank Space, Style, Out of the Woods, All You Had to Do Was Stay, Shake It Off, I Wish You Would, Bad Blood, Wildest Dreams, How You Get the Girl, This Love, I Know Places, and Clean. There is no deluxe vinyl of 1989 to the best of my knowledge. There is obviously the deluxe CD, but there's no deluxe vinyl. I do love 1989 though. There is one 1989 pressing I really want. It's the Record Store Day one, I think from maybe 2018 or something like that. I didn't collect records at the time, and when I tell you, that is one of my biggest regrets, because it was this gorgeous pink pressing. I mean, it still exists, but it goes for easily £1,500. I'm not paying £1,500 for a vinyl I pretty much already own. So yeah, One day I will somehow, I don't know how I will get it, but I will get it. It's a goal of mine. It's one of my most like in-demand Taylor items. That, and then the signed out sleeve for the original version of Red. That's one item I've really wanted for ages. I don't have either because they sell for so much, but one day I'll get them. But yeah, that is just the stolen version I have, but there is that gorgeous pink Record Store Day version that one day I will at least see in the flesh. I just want to see it in the flesh. And then we have Taylor's version. So we've got quite a few of the Taylor's versions. I mean, we've got all the different pressings that you can currently get of 1989 Taylor's version. Let me just get them out for you here, as you can see. So we will start off with the normal cover. So the normal cover is this one, and I may be thinking, Rachel, why do you have 3 of this normal cover? The answer is my Tangerine version arrived damaged. So because my Tangerine version arrived damaged, I contacted the store, they sent me a replacement, which I never actually opened, I will admit. So the Tangerine version is the Target exclusive, and they both have the same cover as the Crystal Skies, which is the generic pressing. I must admit, because the hype sticker I do have, but I've not put them on the like outer sleeves, I don't know which one is which, so we're just going to open and show you. But I do love this. The only thing I don't like about 1989 Taylor's version is the back cover, specifically the track list. I think it's too difficult to read. It's too difficult to read. It's in Taylor's handwriting, it's in black. I think it would have stood out more in white, obviously apart from like the white for the one of the 1989. I do love this record though. It is very much made for vinyl because unlike the stolen version, which I just showed you, which was just the lyric booklet, this is kind of like a film reel, and I really love that how they changed it from the Polaroids of the original album to like a film reel, because you're still kind of keeping with that same theme of the vinyl and same theme of the album. So the sleeves for this look like this, and I will show you this is the Tangerine version. It's a Tangerine version. It's a very nice colour. It matches 1989. My one is opaque. It is not marbled at all, but she is still a very, very gorgeous pressing, and I believe mine were made in Germany, but I did do an unboxing video of my 1989 records, and I think I say where each of them are from, but I know my Tangerine one was from Germany, and my replacement Tangerine one, which I've still not opened, is also from Germany. And made in Germany. So yeah, it says Tangerine version, bonus track, collects all 5 special editions, 2 LPs and Tangerine vinyl, 5 previously under-released songs from the vault, and unique photos. And then on the back, you've got a 1. This is the same for both of these, because these are both the same record. The 1 makes up 1989. It's kind of like the Midnight's Clock, where it makes up, on the back cover, it makes up the full word and the full picture. I do like that, but I also wish for like the special versions, like the Tangerine version, they had then made a full back cover which had 1989 on in full for people who don't want to collect all the vinyl, which I think is completely fair. Not everyone wants to collect full vinyl just to have 1989 on the back cover of it, so it would have been nice to do that. So yeah, we have 2 copies of the Tangerine version. Also then have the Crystal Skies version, which is just the normal pressing of this. It's pretty much exactly the same as the Tangerine version, so I won't open this one up, but I will show you the other inner sleeve for this. So you've got the beach, you've got this gorgeous picture of Taylor. Inner sleeves for this probably aren't my favourite because it is mainly just lyrics, but I love the pressing of these. I absolutely love the colours of them. I think they're absolutely stunning, and they really, really match 1989's whole aesthetic, so I do really love these. Crystal Skies version is kind of the generic pressing for it. There is no just plain black pressing of this record, so if you were looking for plain black pressing, being like, where is it? There isn't one. If you want just the general pressing of it, this is the version you would get. And this is obviously the cover that you would see on streaming as well, so if you look for 1989 Taylor's version, this is the version you'd see. So on the Tangerine version, you also have the bonus track of Sweeter Than Fiction, but you do not have that track on 1989, the other versions. You only have it on the Tangerine version. And we have the, is it Sunset Boulevard? Is it Sunrise Boulevard? Is it Silver? Oh my god, so is it Sunrise Boulevard Yellow? I can't actually remember. I really should remember. This is another one where the hype sticker is not included. Like, I have it, but I don't have it on my record. I also do have these in sleeves. I just take them out usually for like these videos, and I only bother to do half of them, which is silly. So you've got these different inner photos, and I will just show you one of the records, because again, It's very, very... Oh, it's actually got different pictures. I thought I had the same pictures. I was wrong. It does have different pictures. I'll show you both. So this is what that looks like. You've then got that gorgeous picture of Taylor with ice cream. And then this is the yellow. I think I prefer the yellow to the tangerine, but I think I just prefer yellow as a colour over like the orange. So yeah, the inner sticker inside is very, very similar to the CD of 1989 Taylor's version, where it is the seagulls. However, depending on what side it is, it will have a different number of seagulls. So for side A on the first LP, it has 1 seagull. For side B, 2 seagulls, which I think is quite cool. Then you've got more photos. So I do like that they've incorporated the lyrics with photos of Taylor rather than it just being kind of a plain background. That is quite nice. And I do like that there are different pictures as well. I don't know why I'm showing you that. I already said I wasn't going to show you both to try to save time, and then I was about to show you both. I'm not doing it. I'm not. But yeah, that is what that one looks like. I love 1989. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the alternate covers, because for me 1989 will always be a city New York album rather than like a beach album, but I do still really love them. And then that's the back cover, so as you can see it's got a 9 there for 1989. And we have the aquamarine green. So this is what this one looks like. On the back of this we've got an 8. That's the little hype sticker for that one. I love the back cover of this with Taylor eating the ice cream, like it's such a mood. And then you open her up, you've got different pictures on these film reels, and the LP for this, again, is a really, really gorgeous one. So this is one of the inner sleeves, great pictures of Taylor. I'll show you the other inner sleeve as well, just because it's a bit different. I love the fact that her smile is so prominent on so many of these pictures, especially when you think about the original 1989 cover, which just has Taylor like not smiling. I love the fact she's smiling at this one. Then we have the aquamarine green LP. It's absolutely stunning. It's such a nice colour. Once again, not marbled, but I think it perfectly matches the 1989 album, especially the Taylor's version of it. So I do really, really love this record. It's so beautiful. And last but certainly not least, for the 1989 Taylor's version, we have the Rose Garden pink. So we've got the hype sticker there. I absolutely love this version. It's not my favourite cover of 1989 Taylor's version. That is just the normal Crystal Skies blue cover, the version you'll see on streaming. But it is my favourite LP because it's pink. And if there's one thing about me, I love the colour pink, obviously. So we've got different photos there. And I'll show you the inner sleeve photos too. So again, some more gorgeous beach pictures of Taylor. I do love the photo shoot for this. Obviously, I do still think it's a city album. However, I think it's really, really stunning, these photos. And I'll just show you this LP. It's this gorgeous sort of like baby pink. It's such a nice colour. Kind of similar to the Lover pink, but a slightly more maybe darker, kind of bluier toned rather than the bright kind of pink tone of the Lover one, but it's very, very similar. But yeah, I absolutely love this record. I love 1989. It will forever be my favourite era. It's such a great album, and I didn't think anything could top this original 1989 cover for me. I loved it so much. I grew up with this cover from when I was like 14, and when the Taylor's version came out when I was 23, I loved it even more. I love the fact her smile is on the cover. I love it so much. I think it's my favourite Taylor album cover. And yeah, 1989 will always have a special place in my heart. I just recorded a shorter version of this exact video for TikTok where I just show the records and don't even like open them. But it took a while because basically I'm having to charge my camera in between takes because like obviously this video is quite long. And it didn't save. So feeling really, really sorry for myself, entering my Joker era. Anyway, next up is Reputation. So there are 2 different variations of Reputation out there. I only have one of them. I have the cheaper version. There is this orange pressing. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. It goes for like $1,000, I think, if not more. It's very, very expensive, so I do not have that one. I have the picture disc version. Now, this is the only non-Taylor's version, so the only stolen version of Taylor's albums that actually looks great on vinyl. I mean, you open this up, it is a gatefold. You've got these 2 gorgeous pictures of Taylor. I think it's because this was obviously released in 2017 for the first time, so that is when vinyl was starting to become more popular again, so it makes sense why this one has extra effort put into it rather than just the lyric booklet reformatted. And if you want the lyrics for these ones, essentially it's on the outer sleeves. Normally I don't like inner sleeves should I say. Normally I don't like the inner sleeves if they are just lyrics. However, I think the newspaper print really adds to it, so I do quite like it with this Reputation one. We have this, so it is a picture disc. Some people don't like it because it's a picture disc. Obviously picture discs don't always play as well. However, I do love this picture disc. I think it's really gorgeous, and there's currently no standard black pressing of this. The only versions you can get are that transparent orange one or the picture disc version. So you're kind of stuck because most people aren't going to be able to get that transparent orange one. So if you don't want the picture disc, you're going to have to wait till Reputation Taylor's version does come out, because I imagine when that comes out we will have different variations. There may be a picture disc in that just because the original version of Rep had a picture disc, but I imagine they'll also do some other colours. I could really see that being an orange one, a red one, maybe a green one. Maybe they'll have one with like snakes on, that'd be quite cool. But yeah, for Reputation, they are the only pressings available. I know people don't like picture discs. It's nice. I think this is the only picture disc actually in my collection. I don't have any of the other Taylor picture discs, unfortunately. There are Christmas Tree Farm ones, and there's a Me one as well, which I'd love. However, I didn't collect vinyl at the time, so I didn't get them, and now they sold out and they sell for a lot of money. But yeah, I do love Reputation, and I do love this pressing, but I'm very excited to see what she does with the Reputation Taylor's version vinyl. Lover, when I originally got Lover, I got this for Christmas of maybe 2021. So I have the pink and blue pressing of this. There is now a standard black. There wasn't a standard black when I first bought it. So you open her up, and she is gorgeous. Again, this is a 2-page spread, so it spreads across the gatefold, so it looks absolutely fantastic. You've then got the back cover, which is the same. There is no like lyric booklet like there is in some of like Midnight's or Tortured Poets. The lyrics are on this, which I'm personally not a huge fan of when they're on the inner sleeves, but I do like that you do have a full picture of Taylor there. There are 2 LP inside of this. You've got this gorgeous blue one, which is ever so slightly transparent, but the pink colour in this, so there's a pink vinyl as well. There's 2 LP inside of this. The pink one is opaque, so that's another thing I'm not a huge fan of, that there's one transparent and one opaque. I definitely prefer it if they were both like the same level and both opaque. However, I do love this record. I think the pink and the blue perfectly represent what this album is about, and I think it is really stunning. I think I definitely prefer this to the black pressing. I normally do prefer like colourful variants to black pressings anyway, but with this one I think the black pressing just wouldn't really go with the album. For some of them I think they can go, like with Tortured Poets, a plain black pressing would go, but for Lover I don't think it would. So I definitely think it's nice that the standard kind of pressing for this originally was that pink and blue. Now there is no other Lover vinyl. I guess there's the Me ones, but for Lover itself there's not like loads of different variants or different covers. There's the Me ones, but there's also another one, and whenever I make any videos people ask about this. Do I have Lover Live from Paris, blah blah blah? Yes, I do have Lover Live from Paris. I did not pay resale for it. I would not pay resale for it, to be completely honest. It's a gorgeous record, don't get me wrong. I love it. I love the fact it's heart shaped. That's kind of the main reason that I wanted it, because it's heart shaped and I love things with hearts on. But the resale prices for this are phenomenal and absolutely not worth it. It is gorgeous, it's stunning, and I think it's easy enough for me to say like it's not worth the resale because I have it, but I paid £45 for this and I think that's a fair price. In fact, I still think that's a little bit expensive because you've not got that many songs on it, but I think £600 for these, it's phenomenal. They are really, really gorgeous though. I do really love them. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't pay resale for it, but it is still absolutely stunning. Now, as you can see, I'm touching further down the record than I normally would for most records. That is because it doesn't stop playing until you get to those grooves there. So you can't touch those grooves. However, you can touch this outer bit here more than you can for other records, because this outer bit here is just extra material to make it into the shape of a heart. People get very confused about how these play, but yeah, you can see the grooves in certain lights. Another thing people say about Lover Live from Paris is that it was Loverfest. It was the first shows of Loverfest before it got cancelled. That is not true. Loverfest didn't happen. There was not a single date of Loverfest that happened. I've had to make a few videos about this because people keep telling me Loverfest happened. It did not happen. There was not a single date. There were performances in the Lover era, but they weren't Loverfest, which was the equivalent of the Lover tour. It didn't happen because of COVID. I did have tickets. I had tickets to see it at Hyde Park. Obviously, it was just cancelled because of COVID, which is a shame, but eventually then we got the Eras tour, which is obviously fantastic. I would have loved to have known more about Loverfest, you know, who were the friends, you know, what would it have been like, because like she would have played in the round for like the stadiums in the US with like a heart-shaped stage in the middle, so it would have been so different from the Taylor tours that we're used to. to. So I would have really loved to have seen just what it could have been like. But alas, we had the Eras tour, so I still love her. So for Folklore, there are like 8 different covers of Folklore. Unfortunately, I only have 2 of them because I didn't collect vinyl when they first came out, and now they are sold for so much. One day I will fork out, I will pay for maybe one of the resale ones, but for now I will not. So I have the In the Trees variant, and this is the normal pressing of Folklore. So this is the pressing that you're going to find in the shops. It is such a gorgeous pressing. Folklore is just made for vinyl. It's so beautiful. I would love the other pressings, I really would, because the CDs, I have a few of the CDs and they are so beautiful, you know, they're so different each and every one of them. I love them. But yeah, I really wish I had the other ones. One day, guys, one day. And I will obviously do an unboxing if I do ever get them. So you've got the sleeves there, you've got the lyrics, and around like pictures of Taylor. And there you go, like this full picture there, and I'll just show you what the record looks like. So this is the In the Trees variant, which is like this beige colour. It is very gorgeous, it very much matches the vibe of Folklore, so I do really like her, but I would love to see the other pressings as well. I do have one other pressing which I will show you, which I actually managed to get off the US store, like after Folklore was released, like quite a while after. I think I got it Black Friday, maybe 2021 or maybe 2022. I don't know how, because a lot of people can't buy records from the US if they live in the UK, but for some reason it let me, so I'm not going to complain. And I got I think it's the Meet Me Behind the Mall variant. So it is this one. There are 2 different versions of this out there. There's the Target one, which is the Target red, which I showed you like before with red, but this one is like this bluey kind of grey colour, which I definitely prefer because I don't think the like Target red matches Folklore as an album at all. And as you can see, this album is so made for vinyl because as you open up this gatefold, it's different pictures, which you know I love. I love a different cover, I love different pictures. When effort is put into the vinyl, I'm so much more likely to buy the different versions of it. So I absolutely love this. And the LP themselves are just perfect for Folklore. They are so well done. So you can see there's different pictures of Taylor there, and they're so pretty. There you go, and I'll just show you what one of these looks like. Oh, I lied, it's not a bluey grey. I don't know why I thought it was a bluey grey, but it is marbled. So it's one of those opaque marbles. So right now when I'm showing you, you can't see it, but if I hold it up to the light, then you can see the marbling, and the marbling on this is stunning. The inner sticker in the center is also different. It's also the album cover for whatever album you have. But yeah, my In the Trees one was not marbled at all, but this one is this stunning marble one. And I think the rest of them are marbled. I literally completely forgot about that. And now I want to buy them more. But that's on me. One day I will get those other vinyl variants, I promise, and I'll do those videos. And then we have Folklore, the Long Pond Studio Session. So this is a record store day record. It is not a gatefold. I think it was about 50 quid, which is a lot for a 2 LP that's not a gatefold. It is more of a matte material. I'm not sure how to describe the specific paper it is. You might be able to see if you can see like the texture of it there, but it's a slightly different material. Personally, this is not my favorite Taylor record. The sleeves themselves are very basic. They're just these like black ones. It's very much reminding me of that original kind of stolen version ones, but it is a nice pressing. It's not marbled, and I think compared to the other Folklore pressings out there, this is probably my least favorite. I've seen pictures of the other ones, they're marbled. I think they're so much prettier. I think because this was a record store day one, it should have been better. I think they should have put more effort into this one. I think this one isn't the best Taylor Record Store Day, and I also just think it's a bit disappointing, to be completely honest. I think you do have like a little poster inside, which is quite a nice touch, but I think compared to Taylor's other Record Store Day and other Folklore records, it's just not the same like level of quality. And I think the main thing for me is that it's not a gatefold. I think when you're paying that much for a vinyl, it should be a gatefold. Obviously now, I'm trying to get this poster back in, but it does not want to go in. Now this record goes for about £200. Again, this is another one, to be completely honest, I would not recommend you pay £200 for this one. I think if you are going to spend that kind of money on a record, get one of the other Folklore pressings. I get this one's rarer, obviously, because it is a record store day one, so that's kind of the main draw to it for most people, because it's that record store day one. However, there is a Chinese pressing of this now, which is an official pressing, but it is from China, so you'd have to get it imported if you live in the UK like me. It's very similar to this, but it is slightly different because obviously this is a record store day exclusive, so it can't be repressed. There's about 110,000 worldwide, whereas the Chinese one It's slightly different, so it doesn't break those Record Store Day rules. However, it is still the same thing, so it's still Folklore, the Long Pond studio session, so if that's what you want this record for. Honestly, I would probably look at getting that one imported because it is very, very similar. Like, the colour is almost exactly the same. The only difference is the resale, obviously, on that is far, far lower, but it would probably cost you less to buy it imported than it would to cost this, like, for the current value, like market value of it. But I do think this one goes for a silly amount considering the quality of this isn't up to the same standard as the other Folklore or other Taylor Swift vinyl pressings. We have another Record Store Day one for our Folklore collection as well. We also have the Lakes. This was my first ever Record Store Day one. I do have a sleeve for this and I do have the sticker on the sleeve, no one panic. But yeah, I absolutely love this record so much. It's so, so beautiful. So it is a transparent one. It does have little gold flecks in it, which I think are a really nice touch. It's almost like pond water, which I think is quite nice. As someone who lives near the lakes, I knew I had to get this one. It was limited to 10,000 worldwide. Obviously, it's only a 7-inch, so it usually does go slightly cheaper than other Taylor 7-inch, other Taylor Record Store Days, sorry, should I say. But it is an absolutely stunning record. It's got the Lakes album version on one side, and on the other side, it's got the Lakes original version. And yeah, I love this one so much. I think I definitely prefer this over Folklore Long Pond studio sessions, even though obviously they're both not gatefolds. This one was obviously cheaper, but also it was my first Record Store Day, and I think that's why I love it so much. We are running out of natural light, and I want to do this all in natural light, so we're gonna have to do this last part very, very quickly. This is Evermore through Torture Poets. Let's go. Evermore, we love Evermore. There is only one cover of Evermore. The deluxe version has the same cover, but this is the pressing I have. There are two different kind of main pressings. So there's the Target Red, which I don't have, but then also the green. The green, there is two different versions of it. There's an opaque one and a transparent one, I believe made in like different factories. I have the opaque one. So this is what that looks like. Very similar to Folklore. And then this is the vinyl. Not marbled, but I do think the green kind of, well, it looks like a different green in person, to be honest. It's more of like a forest green, maybe, in person. Like it's more of a greeny green rather than the green that it's like I can see on the little screen on my camera. But she is really gorgeous. I do love Evermore. I know Taylor Swift does not love Evermore, but I do. I am an Evermore lover, and then this is the second sleeve. The vinyl itself is exactly the same, so I won't get both vinyl out to make this last bit. I will get the vinyl out just to make this last bit short, and so we can get through all of them with the natural light because it is going quickly. Midnights! So I have all the versions of Midnights apart from the Love Potion one because it's the same as the Lavender one, just it was made in a different factory. So first up we have, is this Jade Green? No, it's not. I was looking at the back, I thought it was Jade Green. It is Mahogany. This is my least favourite Taylor vinyl. However, I love the Midnights vinyl. They are the ones I always recommend to people because they are the most made for vinyl one, I think. The Midnights also has, that sounded so formal. Midnights also has lyric booklets inside. So most vinyl do not have lyric booklets, but this one does, so I love that so much. It's pretty much the same lyric booklet that you would get, obviously, in your CD. However, it's bigger because it's in the vinyl. And because Midnights isn't that long of an album, there is only one LP inside of each of these, so you've only got one in a sleeve there. But because we already have that lyric booklet, we don't need the lyrics on here, which is pretty good because we can just have gorgeous pictures of Taylor. It actually looks quite good in this lighting. Like, it looks like mahogany. It's not. It's yellow. It's yellow, and the marbling on it is bad. I don't like it. It's my least favorite Taylor vinyl. Whenever anyone asks, my least favorite, it's this one. I do not like the Midnights Mahogany. I love the cover, I love the back cover, I love everything about it apart from the record itself. I just don't like the LP. I don't like the LP. Next up we have the Blood Moon. So obviously we have the different parts of the clock on the back. I do have the Midnights vinyl clock. I do need to actually put it up. I will one day. We've got this gorgeous inner photo of Taylor there. This is the Blood Moon pressing. It is a much nicer pressing than the mahogany one. You've got different pictures of Taylor inside that inner sleeve, and it's this gorgeous orange. I don't have the best pressing of this because the marbling is kind of focused all in one area. However, it is still really, really gorgeous. And it's got two kind of different colour marbling inside. It's got like a brown but also a bright orange, and it just looks amazing. It's such a beautiful record. So I really, really like this one. It's one of my favourites. Then we have the Jade Green. So this is the only signed version of Midnights vinyl I have. They released signed versions for each of the Midnights vinyl. I only managed to get one of them, but she is still so gorgeous. So you open it up, and I think the Jade Green is my favourite one when you open this up because I love this photo of her just like like going through it. You've got that lyric booklet in this, but because it's the signed version, I also have this signed insert, which has a heart on, which is so gorgeous. And the quality of the paper is really good. I need to get a frame for this. I've just not got around to doing it, but one day I'll get a frame for that. But I absolutely love the jade green version. It's just so stunning. I think the cover is also really nice as well. This is probably my favourite cover of Midnight's, the jade green one, and you've got these amazing pictures of Taylor, and then you've got the jade green record. Again, another marbled one, really stunning. Just a really gorgeous vinyl, and then obviously in the inner part of it you've got that clock. I think the Midnight's vinyl are the ones I will always recommend to people because they've got that lyric booklet, you know, it's a gatefold. I just think it's the perfect vinyl, to be completely honest. Obviously it's only one LP, so most vinyl tend to have two. You usually have an album having two. It's quite rare for a one like LP vinyl to be a gatefold like this, which is quite cool. So yeah, I always recommend Midnight's for anyone who's looking for their first like Taylor vinyl or vinyl in general. And we have these. So this is the Moonstone Blue one. So this is the generic pressing of Midnight's. So you've got, this is the cover that you'll recognize from streaming. On the back you've got that first part of the clock, and when you open her up, this is the photo for that one. Another gorgeous one, and the record inside of this is obviously this Moonstone Blue. Although I love the cover, this is probably my second least favorite of all the pressings of Midnight's, just because I think my version is not very marbled at all. There's like one bit of marbling there, the rest of it isn't marbled, so that's probably why I don't like it as much as the other ones, just because I think I've not got the best pressing of it. However, it's still really nice, and it's still really gorgeous. I do like her. And then last but not least, we have the Target exclusive. I actually got this from HMV in the UK because it's not a red Target exclusive, it's the lavender one, and this is my favourite. Oh, is it jade green? I do love jade. No, this one has to be my favourite. I love this one. This is the Midnight's lavender version. It's stunning. It is marbled. You can't see the marbling too well, but when you hold it up against the sun, or the sunlight, or the light, it looks incredible. It's so gorgeous. Now, if you want a variant collect, but you don't want to get all the variants ever, I would choose between the Moonstone Blue and the Lavender, because they've got the same gatefold, the same cover, the same part of the clock. It is pretty much exactly the same, excluding obviously the colour of the LP. The only thing different in this one is the colour of the LP. So if you don't want to collect all of that, I would go one or the other, and personally I recommend the lavender one. There is the Love Potion one, which I don't have. That is because it is the exact same pressing as the lavender one. It even had the same barcode. The only difference was that it was made in a different factory, so it was pressed somewhere else, meaning that it was a slightly different colour variant, so they marketed it as a different vinyl variant, but it's not really a different variant, so I have not got that Love Potion one. And it's basically very similar, but the purple on it is a deeper kind of purple, a brighter, bolder purple, rather than this stunning lavender. And last but certainly not least, we have the Torture Poets Department, and this is the most recent album as of time of recording that Taylor Swift has released. So I actually have all the versions of Torture Poets Department that are available, so I'm going to show you all of these bad boys, and I love them all. They are so gorgeous. I think they represent the Torture Poets Department so well. So first up, we have the manuscript, and this is the ghosted white vinyl, and it's actually the version with the signed insert in. The signed insert is just, I've taken it out of the actual record. I love the Torture Poets Department records. This is another one I would recommend to people, as well as Midnight's, because you've got this gorgeous summary poem by, well, introductory poem, sorry, by Stevie Nicks. You've also then got this book-bound lyric booklet, and you don't often get that in vinyl at all, to get a lyric booklet in general, but to get it inside the actual gatefold is super cool, so I really love this. At the back, you've also then got handwritten lyrics for the version that you have, so it's the manuscript, you've got the manuscript, if it's the bolter, you got the bolter, but I love this so much. And then you have the summary poem by Taylor Swift handwritten on the back, and it's just so much thought has been put into this, and that's why I love it so much. There are 2 LP inside of this. Obviously it is quite a big record for the anthology. There are double that, there are 4, which makes it more expensive. But on each of the inner sleeves for this, for each of the different versions, you have different handwritten lyrics. So on this side you've got So Long London, and then you've just got the file for Torture Poets. On this you've got Fortnight featuring Post Malone, and it's got both Taylor and Post Malone's handwriting on this. So you open her up, and she's this ghosted white. She is almost kind of an eggshell. There was an ever so slight like yellowy tint to her, but she is really, really gorgeous. My one is not marbled at all. It is not a marble pressing. However, it's still really gorgeous and it very much represents the Torture Poets department. I do wish there had been a bit of marbling in it, and that's why I like the Anthology probably record slightly more, like the LP, just because of that marbling. I think this one really could have been just better. I think especially if they had done sort of the marbling like if they had done the marbling like Folklore, where you hold it up to the light and then it shows that stunning marbling. However, I do still really love her. Also, I always describe my vinyl as her. I don't really know why. People probably think I'm just like really weird and think they're people. I don't really know. Like, I don't really know why I do it, but I don't think they're people. Like, you're probably seeing all of these and you're like, whoa, okay. Yeah, I don't think my vinyl are people. Also, I'm having to be really quick here. We also have a sealed version of the same record that I've just shown you. This is the ghosted white one. That is because I ordered it from Taylor's online store and then I ordered the signed version. It's the same record and I just forgot to cancel this one. And this is made in Germany, for anyone who's curious. And it's the exact same as that previous one. Then we have the Phantom Clear. This is the Target exclusive. So the manuscript is the same. Everything inside is the same minus the LP. So you can see that introductory poem is the same. The final bit here by Taylor, it's the same. And the handwritten lyrics on the inner sleeves are the same. The only difference is this inner bit here. On here, you've got this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous transparent vinyl. Now we finally get some different pictures. So this is the Bolter version. So this is what the front looks like. The back cover is also different. Instead of the manuscript, you have the Bolter on here. As you can see, the colours are just different inside as well. The pictures of Taylor are also different throughout the lyric booklet, which is so good. There is a huge album photo shoot for this. You've then got handwritten lyrics for the Bolter on this final page. The summary poem is exactly the same. However, as you can see, the picture of Taylor is different. So in terms of the inner sleeves and the handwritten lyrics on these, I'll just get them out so I can show you which ones they are. You've got Florida featuring Florence and the Machine. You've also got Florence's handwriting on there as well as Taylor's. And then on the other one, you've got the Torture Poets department. And this vinyl is described as parchment beige. It's very similar to the Folklore in the Trees variant. It's very, very similar. Not marbled at all, but still a very, very stunning stunning record. I really love this, and I love the Bolter as well. It's such a great song. Very underrated. I think all of those bonus tracks are underrated, to be honest. Like, even all the Anthology tracks are underrated. So yeah, I really, really love this record. I think to be honest, I always say, oh, this is my favourite cover, and then I go through another cover and I'm like, wait, no, this is my favourite cover. And I think it changes all the time for the Torture Poets, because I love the Bolter cover, but I also love the Black Dog cover, and then the Anthology came out and I love the Anthology cover, so I will admit it changes all the time. So I think it would be unfair for me to say I had one favourite cover. And then we have the Black Dog. This is the streaming cover of the Anthology, but this is the Black Dog vinyl. I had this in the background of so many of my videos, and people were like, how do you already have the Anthology before it actually came out on vinyl? It's because it's not. It's because it's the Black Dog. So this, I love this cover so much. As you can see, it's like the darkest version of the like album in terms of like the pictures, in terms of the lyric booklet, and just the colours of it. And the record itself is also the darkest one as well. You can see you've also then got the Black Dog lyrics at the very back, and I'll show you the handwritten lyrics that are on these inner sleeves as well. So I love the Black Dog. I think of all 4 of the like bonus vinyl tracks, the Black Dog is my favourite. So you've got the handwritten lyrics to Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. You also have the handwritten lyrics for The Alchemy. The vinyl for this is described as ink black. It is an ever so slightly brown tinted black. It is not your plain normal black pressing, because it is that slightly brown tinted version. However, it's very similar to a normal black pressing. It is just an ever so slightly different colour, sorry. But yeah, it's an absolutely stunning pressing. Again, it's another one I really, really love. It's just so beautiful. I do love the Torture Poets department ones. Even though the aesthetic isn't my aesthetic, I still love them. Then we have the Albatross, so the last one of these, of the first 4 of the Torture Poets, but obviously technically 5, but first 4 covers. So you've got the introductory poem, you've then got the lyric booklet, which again has these different lyrics from Taylor. The back, we've then got the handwritten lyrics for the Albatross, and then you've got a different picture for that summary poem. The handwritten lyrics on these, we'll take them out and I'll show you those. But yeah, the Albatross, I think this is probably the most underrated of all the covers. I feel like you just never see this cover. I don't know why, because it's really nice. So you've got the lyrics for The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. You've also got the lyrics for But Daddy, I Love Him. And I'll show you the record that's inside this as well. this is the colour of that. So it's kind of a grey, it's like a bluey tinted grey for this Albatross version, and they are the first 5 versions of the Tortured Poets Department on vinyl. I do have all the Tortured Poets Department on vinyl, like all the different versions that are currently available, so if you are curious, they are the first 4. Obviously there are 4 different covers but 5 different variants because of that ghosted white and because of the phantom clear as well. Last but not least, we have the Anthology. I will not go through this in a lot of detail because I don't have much time, because in terms of the light, but also because I've just done a video on this. I've actually done 2. I don't know which one will come out first, if it will be this or the Anthology unboxing, but I got a replacement Anthology because my first Anthology vinyl arrived damaged, unfortunately, which was a huge shame because I was so looking forward to it, but I contacted the Taylor Swift store and they sent me a replacement, so I can't complain. So this vinyl is absolutely stunning. It's a gorgeous vinyl. Now it is a little bit expensive for Taylor's other vinyl, it's around £60 face value. It's still easily available though, so don't go paying above face value for it, there's no need. When you open it up, it's the only Tortured Poets Department vinyl that is just a normal gatefold. You don't have that introductory poem by Stevie Nicks, but you do have the summary poem by Taylor. However, it's not handwritten until the very end of it, which is a little bit of a shame. You do get a poster inside, which you don't get inside the other Tortured Poets Department vinyl, but you don't get that lyric booklet like you do, obviously, with the book-bound jacket in the first version of the Tortured Poets Department. The first 4 versions, should I say. So the records themselves are beautiful. They are all transparent marbles. We'll do a very brief version of this just because I've done videos very recently on them. But yeah, I think they represent the Tortured Poets Department perfectly. I think they're so stunning. I love the covers of them. I definitely prefer the book-bound jacket version, I think, just because it's a bit more unique. However, I do still really, really love this Anthology pressing. And for people who just want one vinyl with all the songs on, this is the best option for you. They are just so beautiful, these Anthology vinyl. This is like the darkest one. This is kind of like the Black Dog variant. Someone did point out on my TikTok how the colours of these Anthology vinyl kind of match up to the colour of the normal Tortured Poets Department vinyl, and I was like, oh yeah, and I realised that when I got to this one, and it's got this slight gold tint to it, making it kind of look like the Bolter, which I really love if that's the case, that they kind of paid homage, you know, to the original versions of the Tortured Poets Department on vinyl. But yeah, they are all of my Taylor Swift vinyl, so sorry I've had to rush this final bit. I've been spending like all day like waiting for my camera to like charge and then like doing it and then charge again. So it's been a fair few hours that I've taken to make this video. So the lighting has not been the same throughout. I know it's not ideal, but I wanted to do natural lighting for this. This was the first day that it wasn't just completely cloudy. Obviously now it is quite cloudy, but it was slightly brighter before. But I do hope you've liked this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry that I rushed so much at the end there, but I hope you still understood it. If you want to see any of the vinyl in more depth, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to make more videos in depth of them. I've made a few already on them. I'll share my vinyl playlist below. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got absolutely any questions, because I know people always have lots of questions about vinyl. You know, they can be a big investment, so I'm more than happy to answer any questions people may have. But I do hope you've liked this video. People have requested it. I'm so glad I finally got around to doing it. Feels like such a relief. It's just like, it's done. Now obviously we've got to edit it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did watch it all the way through, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. That'd be so cool. And if you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like. That would mean the absolute world. And just comment, say hello if you want to say hello. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I hope you've liked it. Any questions, let me know. And if you've got any other videos you really want to see, I'll do them. One day I'll do an updated Taylor Swift merch collection. That one's just quite hard to do because I have to take everything out from like under boxes, under beds, and it's chaos. But I'll do that eventually. But anything else, let me know in the comments. But yeah, hope you've liked it. And as always, have a great day.